in India. In this particular chapter, we are going to cover points like introduction, which will tell us that money market, what is financial. In our financial system, we have four different types of instruments. What are those? Then we are going to study in detail what is the meaning of financial market. In detail, we are going to study money market in India, which will cover your meaning of money market, structure of money market, role of money market, problems of money market, reforms introduced in the money market. Now, problem of money market is there for your self-study part. That means this question will not be asked for your written examination, external examination, but definitely might be asked for your internal examination. Next thing is about the capital market in India, which will tell us what is the meaning of capital market, the structure of capital market, what is the role of capital market in India, what problems are being faced by the capital market, and what reforms were introduced so that we don't have any problems and all the roles have been fulfilled in the capital. Again, I repeat myself, finance is the backbone of the economy. For any functioning of the economy, we require finance. So, it includes funds needed by individual, business houses, and the governments. The finance is categorized by personal finance from the individual point of view, corporate finance from the business point of view, from the firm's point of view, okay, from the investment point of view, and public finance from the government point of view. Okay, the financial system of the country is responsible for mobilizing means what, from shifting, from moving the finance from one place to another, and allocation of fund means the fund should be allocated in such a way that it gives maximum outcome or maximum benefit. Okay, the next part tells us that the financial system of a country is responsible taking care of all of these things. It helps in creation of wealth. Financial system of a country helps in creation of a wealth, which is vital for the economic development. Now we studied in chapter number 7. It also tells us that more the national income, more the country has grown and more the country development has taken place. So over here, wealth defines, it is very important for the economic development of a country. If we don't have money, can government invest on infrastructural facilities? Can government invest on sanitation facility, health facility? No, it is not possible. So it's all about wealth, it's all about finance. A proper financial system will lead to growth and development of the economy. Less will be the poverty, less will the problem be related to the unemployment. Okay, so wealth plays a very important role in the economic development of the country. The financial system of India includes four things. In India, financial system is divided into four parts. First one is about the financial institution, second one is about the financial market, third one is about the financial instrument, and fourth one is about the financial services. In detail, we are going to study the point number 2, that is the financial market. This chapter deals exclusively, that is in detail, with financial market in India. Financial market are an important components of financial system. There are total 4 components. Financial institution like banking institution and okay, financial instrument. Financial instrument like loans and all services also includes the same, but in detail we are going to study the two financial markets, that is the money market and the capital market. So let us see the meaning of financial market. You all understood, no? Our Indian financial system includes 4 components. Out of these 4 components, this chapter is only going to deal with financial market. Let us see the meaning of financial market. Financial market refers to a market where sell and purchase of financial assets such as bonds, stocks, derivatives, securities, foreign currency, etc. is undertaken. Financial market operates through banks. How does it operate? Through banks and non-banking financial institution, brokers, mutual funds, discount houses, etc. All of these terms we are going to study in detail when we are going through the points. Financial market includes two distinct markets, that is money market and capital market. So what is financial market? Financial market deals with the sales and purchase of financial assets such as stocks, bonds, shares, equity, derivatives, government securities, foreign currency. And how does the dealing take place? With the help of banking institution and non-banking financial institution. Okay, and now let us see in detail about the money market. First we will study in detail about the money market, then in detail we are going to study about the capital market. So money market meaning. First, money market is a market. The name itself tells us that it deals with money. It deals with money. So what are the two things we can do with the help of money? The two important things that we can do with the help of the money is lending money and borrowing money. Lending money to needy ones and borrowing money when we are in need of money. Okay, so these two are the main important functions of money. Okay, so money market is a market for lending and borrowing of short term funds. Now what are the short term funds? Short term funds means what? In a short period of time, I want money, I am going to the bank, approaching for the money, bank will provide me the money after following the rules and after certain set of rules. Okay, so money is not having any substitute, we can say. If I want to purchase a car, I can't give my bond or shares to that car owner, right? I need to give money. So in such situation, when I am in need of money, I can borrow money. When someone is in need of money, I can lend them the money. So it is a short term funds. It is a market for near money. It is a market for near money. It is a market for, in exam they might ask you what is the market for near money, then you need to write down money market is the market for near money. That is short term instruments such as trade bills, government securities, promissory notes, etc. are been there. Such instruments are highly liquid and less risky and easily marketable with a maturity of 1 year or less than 1 year. So short term means what? Less than 1 year. Okay, I hope the money market term is clear to y'all. Money market is a market where lending and borrowing of short term fund takes place. Now there are few points in financial terms which you will listen in this particular chapter. So I'll be explaining you all about it. Okay, first the meaning of bond. Bond refers to the debt instrument issued by companies or the government as a mean of borrowing long term funds. Now what is equity shares? Equity shares refers to the shares of a company held by an individual or a group. Now a company is there. A company is having a lot of shares. So when equity share means what? When the company, that particular share is held by an individual or a group. Now derivatives. Derivatives refers to a financial security which derives its value or price from the underlying assets such as bond. Okay, the value of the bond. This terms. For example, bond I told you, equity share, derivatives. So government securities. Now what is the meaning of government securities? Government securities refers to the debt instrument issued by a government with the promise of repayment at maturity. Okay. The next thing is about the trade bills. Trade bill refers to the bill of exchange drawn on and accepted by a trader. Trade acceptance, it is also called as, in payment of goods. Promissory notes is a financial institution that contains a written promise by one party to pay another party a definite sum of money either on demand or at a specific future date. Means here the party promises that in some future date they will be paying the money. Okay, this was there in the part of do you know. Okay, the money market is of the structure of money market in India. Banks, development financial institution, investment institutions, and the discount and yes, discount and finance of India. D abbreviation is DFHI. Okay, so these are the five main parts in organized sector. Okay, two are given in detail, that is RBI and commercial bank. Okay, next is about the unorganized sector. The unorganized sector includes indigenous banker, money lenders, and unregulated non-bank financial intermediaries. So understood, this structure we are going to study in detail. What are the things included in RBI, indigenous bankers, money lenders, everything in detail we are going to study. Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata. In competitive exam, they might ask you, or else in your HS exam, so it is there only. However, Mumbai is the only active money market center in India with money flow in from all parts of the country. So, which is the active center? Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai is the important and active center. What are the three centers? Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata. Alkali, an active center is Mumbai. Now let us see in detail. Now we are going to discuss about the organized sector. In organized sector, the organized sector of money market consists of Reserve Bank of India, commercial banks, cooperative banks, regulated financial intermediaries. RBI. RBI meaning we are going to see, definitions we are going to see, and functions we are going to see. Okay, so let us see RBI. What is the, how does it came? What is its role? Why it is so important? Now, first let me make you clear that Reserve Bank of India is the apex, is at the topmost which is at the top of the hierarchy, you can say, which is at the top, apex or banking. It is entrusted with the responsibility of regulating the money market in the country. Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. Okay, this part we will from reserve part, from organized sector we are going to study in the next lecture. In this chapter we this lecture we saw the introduction part, which tells us the finance, meaning of financial market, and what is money market, its structure of money market in short. In detail we are going to study in the next lecture.